everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today's video we're doing something a little bit different. I want to do some game recommendations. I want to do some cozy game recommendations, the farming games, the life sims, the puzzle games, things like that. But I want to do it on a budget. I often get this question asked from people, Pat, what should I play? I don't want to spend a lot of money. And here you go. These are 12 games that I would definitely recommend. Most of which are $15 and under. And I gotta say, just because a game is on the cheaper side doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad game. Actually, some of my favorite games of all time are less than $20. You know, that just goes to show you that price isn't everything. Also, one more thing before we get started. You'll see that the prices of the games aren't their original price. So basically what I tried to do is find games with their lowest sale price. So a good tool that I use that I don't see too many people doing is if I'm interested in a game on the eShop, I will actually click the little heart icon, which puts it on your wish list. And every so often I check my wish list and I'm often surprised that these games have dropped and are on sale. So that's a little, little hack for you if you want to save some money. If you don't want the game right away, just put it on your wish list and wait for a sale. All right, so let's get started with the list. Here we go. Do it. Next up is a game you've probably seen on the eShop a ton, and that is Tiny Lands. This game normally is $5.99, is on sale and goes on sale quite frequently for $1.99. And this is your classic spot the difference. So you'll have two images on your screen, and it is up to you to spot the differences. What's different from the picture on the left to the picture on the right. Now, the cool thing about this is that these are 3D puzzles. So it's not just like a flat image. You have to rotate your camera around, and some of the differences, they take quite a bit of time. Now it's $1.99. There's a bunch of puzzles though, but I really do think that this is a super cozy, relaxing experience. There's no time limit. Like I said, there's a ton of different boards with, a ton of different themes. So there's a Halloween level that has 5 different puzzles. There's a snowy level that has 5 different puzzles. You can unlock it's just a very, very good game. Love the sound effects too, super relaxing. So if you're in a level, you'll just hear like bird sounds. And maybe if you're in a summer level, you'll hear like cicadas and things like that. Super relaxing. I like these types of games. Definitely check out Tiny Lands. Next up might be one of the best value games on here, and that is Moonlighter. Regular $24.99, goes on sale all the time for $2.49, which is crazy. Now again, this kind of teeters on, is it a cozy game or not? I think it is. So this is basically 2 genres of games, okay? So the first part, which you're going to be doing a lot, is dungeon crawling. So you play as the shopkeeper, and you go into these dungeons and beat enemies, collect items. There is sort of a risk reward. Do you keep going and risk dying and losing all your items, or do you get out of the dungeon and take the treasures that you have? So that's the first part of the game. The second part of the game is bringing those items, bringing those treasures back to your shop, which you then sell to people in your town, and that's how you make money. You can use this money to upgrade your weapons, upgrade your armor, things like that. I love this gameplay loop. The other cool thing is you don't know what your items are valued. So you could be selling something for, let's say, 100 gold, and in reality, you could be getting 1,000 gold. So there is a lot of trial and error. If you put your prices too high, your customers will be mad and they'll leave. I love Moonlighter. Honestly, in terms of indie games, in terms of cozy games, this might be in my top 3 all time. Moonlighter's that good, and it's only $2.49. Next up, I'm probably not going to spend too much time on this, but Suika Game is only $2.99. It is the sensation that's sweeping the nation. This is the puzzle game that you need to get. Very basic concept here. You drop fruit from the top of your screen and you try to match it up with fruit that is the same. So if you drop an orange on top of an orange, it'll turn to an apple. And then you try to keep doing that. You try to get the highest score. Very, very addicting. You're always chasing that high score. And this is one of those games, probably the most addicting on the list, honestly. But you're always like, all right, let's do one more. Let's do one more. I don't think this game will ever go on sale. It's only $2.99. If it does, probably they'll take $1 off or something like that. But Suika Game is the puzzle game to get. There you go. Next up is a game that I've enjoyed quite a lot this year, and that is Sprout Valley, which is normally on sale for $19.99, goes as low as $4.99, and I think that is the sweet spot for this game. Not saying it's not worth $20, but I do think $5 is a much better price. This is a very basic farming game where you play as a cat, and you can do pretty much, what you would expect. You can plant things, harvest things, you can catch fish, you can harvest different materials, you can craft items, you can go to these mystery islands, and sometimes there'll be a vendor there that sells, different cosmetic items. It really is a bite-sized slice of life farm game, but I do think it does have a very addictive game loop. And at $5, I mean, this is actually worth getting. I think it's a well-made game, and if you haven't checked it out yet, Sprout Valley is a good buy. Next up, another one of my favorites, and this is A Short Hike, and this is $7.99 on the eShop. I'm not sure if it's ever gone on sale, but this is an adorable game. If you are a fan of Animal Crossing, it's not an Animal Crossing game, but it has a lot of humor of the older Animal Crossing games. You play as a bird, and basically you have to go all the way up on the mountain. Okay, that's your goal. You have to hike all the way up the mountain. There is a really, really cute ending to this game. Now, I will say something about this game is it is short. Okay, as in the name, A Short Hike. It is a short game. You can finish it in about an hour and a half. However, if you take your time and explore the island, there are collectibles, there are NPCs to meet, there are different mini games. You could easily spend 5 or 6 hours in this game just messing around. Love the graphics. Reminds me of like the early DS, PS1 sort of graphics. And I really gravitate towards that. I think it's great. Super charming game. Again, the ending, it's a big payoff. I really love this game. Can't recommend it enough. This is A Short Hike. Next up, we have Let's Build a Zoo, normally on sale for $19.99, goes as low as $10.99. There are also DLC packs and bundles, which are a little bit more, but if you want to just play the base game, it's about a $10 investment. Now, Let's Build a Zoo, if you are fans of Roller Coaster Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon, those sort of management type games, this is going to be a game for you, and it is very good too. So basically, you own a zoo, and you can make exhibits, you can do all the pathing, all the decorations, you can breed your animals, buy animals, basically set up this zoo how you want. And I think at that $10 price, you are going to get a bunch of hours of gameplay with not a lot of risk. I do love how the graphics are kind of a callback to like the Game Boy Advance era. I really like that era. But yeah, Let's Build a Zoo. I definitely think I would recommend this. Check it out if you like these management type games. Next up, we're going to be going over games that are $14.99 and up. The next game is Everdream Valley. I actually had a lot of fun with this game. Normally $24.99, goes on sale for $14.99. Now, this is a open world-esque farming game where you basically play as a younger kid who goes to their grandparents' farm for the summer. Now, when you get there, your grandparents' farm isn't in the best shape, and it is up to you to kind of fix it up and bring life back into their farm. I had a lot of fun with this one. I really like how it is open world, so there is a nice world to explore. I feel like some of these farming games are very linear. Now, you can do everything you would expect. You can plant crops, harvest crops, take care of animals. There are some fun mini games too. There's an interesting cow milking mini game. If you know, you know. But Everdream Valley, I had a lot of fun with it. There is this weird mechanic where when you go to bed, some nights you will play out a dream. So some nights you will play as like the farm's dog or something. So when you're playing this little mini game, it is up to you to chase away the wolves. And if you don't chase away the wolves, they might get to your sheep. So there's very weird sort of dream mini games. Other mini games you'll play as a bee, or another mini game you might play as a chicken. I thought that kind of broke up the the daily grind of this game. If you're looking for sort of a wacky farming game, it does play well, it does run well on the Switch. I would definitely recommend Everdream Valley, but for that sale price. Next up, this might be the most underrated game on the list, and this is called Littlewood. It's usually on sale for $14.99. I don't know what it goes down to in terms of sale price, but Littlewood is a super charming game, and I love the whole idea around it. So basically, the story is you've already saved the day, and now you just kind of have to rebuild your city. So there's no like combat in this game. Really cool things that you can terraform, you can add pathing, you can recruit people to live on your island. I just think this is a super charming game. Love the Game Boy Advance visuals. If you couldn't tell, I'm a sucker for that era, but yeah, I really would recommend this game. You can pretty much level up everything. You can level up like sleeping and crafting. So there is, I don't know, it feels satisfying. There are dungeons that you can go in to collect different goods. This is a good game. Try it out. $14.99. I definitely would recommend it. Next up, we probably all know this game, but this is Stardew Valley for the Switch. I think that this is the best console to play it on, just because you could take it handheld. This is $14.99 on the eShop, and honestly, just get it. If you've had any sort of thoughts of getting this or waiting for a sale, I don't even know if this game goes on sale, but for $14.99, you are getting a ton of gameplay. If you don't know what Stardew Valley is, you basically play as this farmer who you inherit this farm from your grandpa who passed away, and you basically build this farm up that's covered in like rocks and sticks and all kinds of trash. You clean it up and you basically make a life for yourself. You can grow crops, you can have animals. The cool thing about this game is that you can talk to townspeople and build up relationships and stuff like that. There's actually a deeper story that goes with it. I feel like whenever I play Stardew Valley, I find something new that I didn't know before. I didn't know that was there. I didn't know that little casino was there. There's dungeons. There is combat in this game. I feel like any type of gamer, any type of cozy gamer is going to find something that they enjoy about this game. You are seeing footage right now from my girlfriend who is absolutely obsessed with Stardew Valley. She's very far along in Stardew Valley. I'm not as good as her. She swears by it and she's super picky about these types of games. Stardew Valley, if you like these pixel graphics, some people don't. If you can get by that, this is definitely one of the better games on the Switch in general. Pick it up. Next up, we have our Story of Seasons representation on this list, and this is Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town, which is usually $39.99, but goes on sale, and it is currently on sale right now for $14.99. And I love that price because this might be my favorite Story of Seasons game on the Switch. Now, Friends of Mineral Town is a remake or remaster, I can never tell the difference, of a Game Boy Advance game. So you're going to get really good characters, but because of that, the game is a little bit linear. This is a remake of a game that was on a much smaller system. This game does everything right, though. I love the farming in it. I love how long the days are. Love the characters. Love the different things you can do. There's a museum. There's a cafe. There's a shop. This just does what you want. It's similar to Stardew Valley, except it's 3D. There's different seasons, different collectibles that you can get. I do think that this is geared towards someone who is a beginner of this genre. I do think it's a very easy, sort of player-friendly farming game. So if that interests you, Friends of Mineral Town is always my recommendation for people asking what Story of Seasons game I should play. And if it goes down to $14.99, I think it's a no-brainer. And finally, I'm going to suggest this game in any video I can, and that is Mail Time. Now, this game is $19.99 and has not gone on sale yet, and that is because this game hasn't been out all that long. I do think it will go on sale, probably $14.99 or, maybe $10, something like that. So if you have interest in this game, put it on your wish list. This is a open world game where you play as this little mushroom mail delivery person, and it is up to you to deliver mail to everyone that you meet in this world. I think this game is one of the most charming games I've played. Love, love, love the graphics. It has that really cottagecore feel to it. Mail Time needs to be on your list. If you like charming characters and charming character writing, this is the game for you. I really had an enjoyable time. Again, similar to a short hike, it did take me an hour and a half to beat. However, there are different achievements and collectibles and side quests that you can do to add in a couple more hours onto your gameplay. Mail Time, just like all these other games, I would highly recommend. So there you have it. Those are my cozy game recommendations on a budget. And again, like I said, just because the game is a couple bucks on the eShop doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad game. There are a lot of bad games on the eShop, but I would definitely stand by all of these. In the comments, I want to know some stuff from you guys. I want to know which of these games you have personally played, and more than anything, I would love some more cheap game recommendations because I'm cheap. I like to have fun. I like to play cozy games, but I don't always like paying, 50, 60 bucks for them. So if you have any sort of hidden gem games that you don't think a lot of people know about, or just some cheap cozy games that I missed, put them in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching the video, and I will see you in the very next video. Make sure to subscribe. I'll see you soon.